I have a really exciting click and collect waiting for me at Selfridges, so we are going to brave Oxford Street on the weekend to go and grab it and do some other Christmas shopping for me, for my husband and for my toddler. Let's get going. I do not know what came over me on this shopping trip, but I just hemorrhaged money from the word go. I had somehow also forgotten it was Black Friday, so I think by the time I had braved the crowds, I was kind of in the in for a penny, in for a pound mindset. And no one can do mummy's stocking better than mummy can. I love my husband and I'm pretty sure he loves me back, but gift giving really isn't one of his strong points. Luckily, I'm incredibly opinionated and like to do my shopping myself anyway. So of course we headed to the Diptyque flagship store on Bond Street. I'd much rather fewer higher quality things even in my stocking. So I grabbed a hand soap for next to the kitchen sink. This candle snuffer would be a lovely present for the person who has it all. And same with an engraved bottle which you can do in store. They then asked me if I wanted it gift wrapped and I panicked and said yes, at least it's one thing less for me to do. And then whilst you wait for your wrapping to be done, they have a lucky dip for you to do. And I won a box full of samples. These are perfect for putting in your handbag and in my opinion basically made my soap free. Girl maths! Straight into the stocking those samples go. And whilst I was feeling generous enough to do my husband's Christmas shopping for him, I decided to also buy his main present to me. Because much like the rest of our life, I decide what's happening. And he says it's a joy and a privilege to be along for the ride. The yin and the yang of a happy marriage. I was actually in store to get a repair approved, but I had tried these on a few weeks ago and they had really stuck in my brain. Plus they were on sale for Black Friday, which I didn't really expect Flabellas to do. Anyway, I panicked and it was like the joint account took me hostage. Before I knew it, I had a new pair of shoes. I texted Zach to let him know and he said he can't wait to find out what he got me. Finally, after the joint account had a gentle bruising and my shoulders got a much brusquer bruising navigating the Oxford Street traffic, we arrived at Selfridges. I didn't really grow up with Disney, we were a Bagpuss family, but I have to say the decorations were really beautiful. And we headed straight to the children's wear floor. I'm starting a tradition where each year I buy my daughter a selection of Mimi and Lula clips for her stocking. And this year I'm also going to buy some little clips for her friends. But for her I got the Princess and Pony sets, which I know she will love. The Jellycat area was understandably heaving, so I headed to the toy section. This is where I buy her baby dolls from. And kind of sadly, the book area was the only empty area on the entire floor. But I did buy both her little besties a book to go with their new clips. I loved that they had this little area where you could give an old teddy a new home. But finally, it was beginning to feel like time to withdraw to the lower ground floor to find my click and collect. Of course, via the Verve counter, where they had ski jackets for bottles and personalisable tins, another fab gifting option. Sadly, on my way to the click and collect counter, I stumbled across White Company, who had 20% off for the full week and weekend. I adore the White Company, so it would have been criminal to not stock up on some basics, like bath mats and Margot's 2.5 Tog sleeping bags. And finally, we have the click and collect counter. At this point, I felt very much like I looked like the mad bag woman of the hills, not the chic naughty's chick flick moment I had imagined. So before I became the literal embodiment of a bull in a very expensive china shop, I ran away. One more super quick bag tour to show you how incredibly good I am at absolutely rinsing the joint account. And finally, I feel it's time to show you my click and collect at Selfridges. The Selfridges Jellycat collaboration for my handbag and stuffed toy obsessed toddler. My goodness, Father Christmas is a talented woman. Hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.